Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to sisi, the test server for EVE Online, where CCP is holding another mass test that has just gone underway. We have to undock and warp to the gate to Poitot. Man, that's fast. We are still in FD, so I think he means the XBV gate. So let's undock, let's see if other people are undocking as well. And today's mass test is centered around performance, especially more graphical updates, this time to the turret effects. So I chose, whoop, and that's a big ship that undocks there. I chose a Phantasm with laser beams. That could be interesting. I'm actually going to group my lasers at this point as well. Let's set everything up. And then correction, warp to the XBV gate. That makes a bit more sense. So XBV warp within 0. And to give you guys a little bit of background here, you may know that previously CCP has reworked the graphical way that missiles work in the game. They now basically want to give the same treatment to the turret-based graphics. It's not so much changing the graphics themselves, it is trying to improve client performance without actually changing a lot of the effects that the client displays. And this time at least we have a little bit more background as to what's going on. And okay, my brackets are hidden. And so basically the explanation that we are given now is that some turrets, especially a good example would be the quad laser turrets, always try to draw 4 laser beams. But when you're completely zoomed out like this, of course, it absolutely must not try to draw 4 laser beams, because the client will never show that. And it's basically that type of a performance loss that they're trying to remove from the client by changing the graphics. So during the first mass test for the missile chase, I was really hunting for those changes and couldn't really spot them. There was also definitely not enough being drawn during that very first mass test, but now that we have a bit more information, a bit more background, we do know exactly what to expect and what we should be looking for. If you're not in a fleet, I am luckily in fleet Z, so that's all good. And also, just to give you guys a little bit of a warning, it's actually 35 degrees Celsius here in Belgium at the moment. There are also thunderstorms hovering around my house, so from time to time you might hear like thunder or something like that in the background. It's just the crazy weather conditions here in Belgium at the moment, but I will try to bring you guys this mass test as well. Performance 60 FPS, local at 280 people, not bad. The forum post of this mass test was up a couple of days ago already, so we did get a decently long enough warning if you keep an eye on the forums. And then of course we also got the mailing lists to let us know that this was happening. So if you're not in a fleet, okay, fleets are arriving at the gate. Is actually a pretty decent number, yeah, with some titans and everything as well. And all of them should have turrets. Let's hope that this works out. Let's also move these to a folder. So these are the small drones, and yeah, let's see what other steps they have ready for us, if we have to go and bash something or not. So still more stuff landing, and that's even more titans coming in as well. They are absolutely huge. 283 in local. Our fleet is at 106, so fleet C does look like it's got a couple less members, I think, than fleet X, but you know, it'll all be absolutely fine. We're mostly here waiting for the command to jump in. That is always one of the places where CCP tries to take metrics to see if nothing is fundamentally broken with the client or the server and things like that. So definitely an important command to wait for. Get ready for jump, but hold 10 more seconds. Not sure if I can do that. I'm hovering the button. Let's wait for his cooldown. I'm also seeing some cormorants, naga, macarials, of course, coursers, eagles. Quite a nice spread of ships. So hopefully we will get everything tested quite nicely. And we'll have many different effects. Jump to XBV. Lots of people doing so already. So let's take a look at performance here with almost 300 people in local. Pretty smooth transition here, I must say, within the first 100 entering local. I think our next gate is usually aligned to Poitot, so let's start doing that as well. And yeah, no tie-dye, no problems. And that with, it was 300 people. All capitals and supers are also going to take the gate normally this time. So that could be interesting as well. And I'm not alone. That awesome looking rock is also aligning towards Poitot. So we're actually bumping on his ship at this point. A huge Macarial that is decloaking in the background. Get some dreadnoughts there as well. And of course, for me, this is really awesome. EVE Online is 15 years old. Look at the graphics here. That is absolutely amazing. And CCP continuing to try and make everything better. Absolutely another testament of their decision to keep trying to improve the game and to try to make EVE Online forever a reality. So, align to the Poitot gate. Yeah, I did that preemptively. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. There's a couple of Titans that are coming in as well. Awesome avatar back there. Erebus coming in as well with a very nice skin. Align, not warp. CSP Habakkuk jump to XPV. What the hell? Was that it? And that looks like it's in the wrong channel. I wonder if I should mention that. Okay, warp to the Poitot gate, so we'll do that. Stargate Poitot warp within 0. I'm going to assume that CCP Habakkuk made a little bit of a mistake there and should have said this in FD before he himself jumped into XBV. But otherwise, if it's a bug, it's another local bug to keep in mind. So I'm not sure if we'll see it again or something like that. Or if we notice it, then we might actually start a bug report. I'm at this point not convinced that it's actually a problem. 192 in local. Okay, that's a bit less than I thought. I thought we had like 280 people in FD there. But we'll be going with 200 people. And yeah, lots of pretty damn big ships. So I don't expect to live all that long. But we'll see. That does mean that we are at 50% or even more than that are in Fleet C as well. So we might actually have a little bit of an advantage. Naglfar, Wyvern, stuff like that can be quite dangerous. Performance-wise here, you know, obviously we're not fighting or anything like that just yet. Fleet C, that should be me. So we are going to jump through. And maybe I'll also do some shorter range ammo. So this one is at 46 kilometers. And then, oh, you cannot do that while cloaked. Yeah, alright. This is definitely my fleet that's coming in here. So we'll do Imperial Navy X-Ray, and that's an optimal of 24 kilometers. Should be pretty good, man. Quite a lot of decloaking sounds on that zoomed in. Yeah, look at that again. It is, of course, Titans decloaking, so we've got Titans on our side. That is pretty nice. Okay, let's see what happens next. Are they already firing at something? Usually some of these strays, like that Nyx, might get into trouble. Let's see if anyone decides to do something. Maybe that rock. I think he's getting... trying to get back to the gate, which is the right choice, and that is why. So here we got some turret effects. It's actually from the dreadnoughts. Okay, yeah, pretty good. And we got the shield effects, a bubble coming up as well, and someone else is firing, and he managed to jump through. Well done, rock pilot. Very, very good decision. I'm going to orbit that at 10 at this point. We also have a Munin. Let's see if that one gets targeted and if we can spot any of the effects. So there again we get the dreadnought. Now they're going after the Nyx there as well. And yeah, he's taking a beating. All of this to me looks pretty good and quite normal. And that's actually, is that the Titan that was firing? Yep, it is. A third neutral fleet is currently in FD. Oh, there we go. That's where we lost 80 people. They might want to join the fight as third party, which is fine in this case. I see. Okay. Okay, that's fine. More chaos. That's why we are on the test server, of course. Fleet X, get ready. And man, we do have a pretty big Titan advantage. And despite some effects going straight through the ship, that's just because it's so big, this does look... Oh, that actually looks really good, in my opinion. So I think there's an Archon there that's not being targeted. And then the Nyx here is being hit quite badly. So I think we can... Fleet X is getting ready as well. That one is in shields at the moment. I'm going to start some of my modules here, and then we'll also, just for sake of watching the effects here, start firing at the Nyx as well. And that is definitely solid, right? No lost beams or anything like that. Let's get the draw distance up a little bit, see what it gives like that. That looks pretty good. And then if we take a look at it from this angle, you can see that we are actually firing at different parts on the Nyx, which I absolutely love. So Fleet X is now jumping in and ready to fight. We've got a Vexor, which is like a Tech 1 ship that we might want to try to do some damage to. Ooh, we already took quite a bit of damage. Let's start firing at him. And now we've got the more compact beams, you could say, on a single part. And ooh, we are getting attacked quite heavily as well. Some sort of ECM burst, I think. And we are going to have to ask for some shield support pretty soon, I'm afraid. Just keep going. Might not be in for a long time here. We got a Talos at 6 kilometers as well. Of course, if you grab attention. Ooh, a Thrasher. That could be interesting. And oof, what are all of these effects? This is okay. This is the neutral fleet as well, I think. That is definitely a lot of really big ships. I think we can fire... Ooh, now we did... Yeah, tie-dye, okay, at 300 in local. And I lost all targets again as well. Ooh, this is pretty tough on the client, I have to be honest. But this is pretty impressive to watch. Good God, that's that's a lot of big ships. Lots of Doomsdays being fired now as well. So we are going to Thanatos and Nyx targeting me. And who the hell are all of these guys? That is definitely pretty damn impressive. Need shields? Anything? It is a shield fit Phantasm, so that we can try and get as much DPS out of it as possible. But have to say, of course, in a small ship like that, in the middle of a fight like this, we're not gonna survive too long. And yeah, the tie-dye is quite horrendous now at this point, and so are the performance drops. So this is definitely one of the hardest situations that I've been in on the on sisi, on the master server, for quite a while. There is, of course, a hell of a lot happening. Let's see if we can actually finish that target. So this is tie-dye, guys. Everything is slowed down a lot. Let's see if we can actually track and do some damage to that E-Uni Confessor. Keeping the speed up. And yep, is that my hit? He did just take a big chunk of shield damage, while I'm slowly repping my shields back, which is good. And then in the background, with tie-dye at 50%, we get lots and lots of crazy explosions. And there we go, another chunk down. But are they missing? I think that they were missing here. Any other targets? An eagle here, we could try that. He's at 28, optimal is at 26, so that should be possible. Misses again. Well, looks like he's a bit too fast for me. Let's see if we can actually hit the eagle a little bit then. Okay. 15 FPS. Lots of stuff happening. But I do still, despite the hiccups and you could say the lag, I do still feel quite okay about the performance. So I can definitely like look around and everything seems to be drawn okay on the turret fronts. Now I did just lose. Catalyst is gone. A Maelstrom is targeting me. We also have a Mauler here that we might try to hit. And now we get the smart bombs. That is of course going to add to the potential performance issues. As we get a very nice explosion here. And then let's see if we can take out Ron Alderon. 10% tie-dye with 260 in local. Nice game. Well, 24% tie-dye. It's not that bad just yet, but it's definitely quite slow. And that's with all the supers dominating this field at this point. So we get a Paladin targeting me as well. I'm still just trying to find... Maybe we could try to see if we can fire at a capsule. And then here we get the Mauler again. And just in case anyone can, some shields are definitely ready. This is the reality of EVE Online, guys. Tie-dye on some of the busier fights doesn't necessarily have to be 4,000 players in local. But that does happen. And ooh, now we get Ron again. I mean, I'm almost down, so I should probably overload my mid-rack. Let's see if that responds. But it does look really cool. And now we're actually bouncing off of stuff. So that means that we're a sitting duck. We don't have the transversal, which is kind of bad. So let's go see if we can extend our orbit maybe. Maybe. Somehow got a bounty payment. But look at the drawing of all of the gun effects. That does look proper to me. So overload actually worked. See if we can send Bad Box home. 265 in local. Alright, people saying that there are disconnects as well. Interesting. And I'm definitely running out of HP at this point. Webbed, pointed and neutered as well. So they don't like me here. But stable for me at least. Not for everyone apparently, but for me this does feel pretty good, pretty stable. So I'm going to do what at this point? Ooh, that was a bit of a performance dip right there. Let's see. Oh no, don't send me home just yet, but it's probably smart bombs that are going to do so. Yeah, look at that. Look at all of those smart bombs. Let's just quickly try to do an orbit at like 30, just to try and get out of the fight a little bit in my small capsule, just so that we can keep watching. But look at the gun drawings there from the Titans. Definitely pretty visible. And pretty good work. We get a sliver of structure left on my capsule, so I don't think that we'll be here for very long anymore. But yeah, interesting mass test to say the least. From my perspective, it is working. Good God, that is pretty damn cool. Oh, self-destructs as well. Oh man. So nice. And I'm actually regenerating a little bit of shields. So with a bit of luck, we're getting the hell out of here. And then people saying, well, the problem is not turrets. We are basically getting back here, 73%. So that is something. As more stuff, more big stuff blows up. Well, let's hope that it gives them more of an idea of exactly what's happening and what the performance issues might be. So that's going to be it, guys. This is the latest mass test. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.